Hi everyone. So for those of you who don't know Badass Vegan, he's an animal rights activist. Aside from that, I don't really know anything about him. I know that he has a website. I've seen him post on social media here and there. But just recently he posted a video to his Twitter where he went on a rant about how vegan activists and animal rights organizations aren't supporting black people. And this makes him angry apparently. So I have a few disagreements with some things that he said in this video, so we're just gonna, go through the video and I'm going to try to rebut each of his claims or arguments point by point.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy John Lewis, aka Badass Vegan. I just wanted to touch base on something. Yes, I know I go by the name Badass Vegan, but I want people to know I'm a black man first, and I'm about social justice before veganism. Veganism is something that is part of my life, but I'm a black man first.
So I thought this was a really weird, stupid statement to make. I can kind of understand him saying that he cares more about social justice than veganism. Everybody has, their own priorities. But then he said, I'm a black man first, and then veganism comes second. How can you compare the two? Being black is just a physical feature. It's just skin color. Whereas veganism, it's a moral belief. So what do you mean by being black matters more to you than, like, not murdering animals?
All right, now listen. I'm in total support of Black Lives Matter. I think it's terrible what the police is doing to the black community, but I have a beard, all right? And as a man with a beard, my beard takes priority, okay? My beard comes first. Black rights come second.
And again, everyone has their own priorities. If he was just going to say that for him personally, he cares more about social justice activism than he cares about veganism, okay, I can't really criticize him for that. But he's saying a lot more. He's really implying that being black matters more than being vegan. He even stated it. He said, I'm a black person first. Veganism is just something that's part of my life. Like, of all things to prioritize and attach to your identity, skin color? Really? Like, skin color isn't something that you have to make any personal sacrifices for. It's not something that you have to work towards. It's not something that creates any kind of goodness in the world. It's just something that you're born with. Okay, you're black. Your skin looks different. Being vegan, it is something that you have to make some amount of sacrifices for. It's something that you have to work for, and it's something that actually creates good in the world. So why would you prioritize your skin color over saving the lives of innocent animals? And look, animals are the most marginalized group in the entire world. No group is mistreated and abused as much as animals are. So for you to claim that your skin color, just being black, is a bigger priority for you, I just see that as, like, pathetic and gross.
And all you motherfuckers out there that's saying all lives matter and y'all trying to talk all this shit, and I'm talking to vegans right now. When y'all motherfuckers have y'all next campaign and y'all want me to promote and y'all want me to help out, y'all, I ain't helping shit. I ain't helping a goddamn thing. I want y'all to remember that shit.
So it seems that Badass Vegan is upset that certain vegans and vegan activist organizations are posting on social media, I guess, that all lives matter, and I'm assuming this is in response to the Minneapolis George Floyd protests. But I haven't actually seen any vegans or activist organizations specifically make that statement that all lives matter. Now, I think I know what he's talking about. I'm only assuming here, Badass Vegan would have to clarify this, but I think I know what he's referring to. Anonymous for the Voiceless made a post on their Facebook page criticizing the George Floyd Minneapolis protesters for supporting animal cruelty. The protesters were holding up a severed pig's head, and they pointed out that it's totally hypocritical that these people are speaking out against senseless violence, but they are in full support of senseless violence against animals. Now, they never stated in this Facebook post that all lives matter. They didn't say that. And they even clarified in their own post that they're against all forms of oppression and injustice. So, again, I'm only making assumptions here. Badass Vegan would have to clarify. But it seems as though he's suggesting that because these George Floyd protesters are supporting a social justice movement that he's in support of, that they should be above any kind of criticism, even when they are doing something that is horrifically cruel and morally unacceptable. And again, these animals are being mistreated far worse than any human being. That severed pig's head that they were holding up, that pig was certainly mistreated far more than George Floyd. So for you to claim that, these protesters are above any kind of criticism just because they're black, I think that's disgusting, stupid, and selfish of you to say.
And all you motherfuckers out there wondering why black people won't go vegan is because you don't give a fuck about black people. Why the fuck would they join your movement? Dumbasses.
This statement is just downright idiotic. The reason black people won't go vegan is for the same reason people of all backgrounds won't go vegan. It's because they're ignorant and selfish. And this idea that black people just won't go vegan, that's nonsense. There are plenty of black vegans. I know at least 3 vegan black-owned businesses in Toronto alone, and they're some of the most popular vegan restaurants in Toronto. I know there's plenty of vegan black artists and musicians and celebrities, the RZA. I've met plenty of black vegans just doing animal rights activism. So no, plenty of black people will go vegan. If you ever come across a black person who isn't vegan, it's just because they're ignorant and selfish. This idea that, certain people won't go vegan because a vegan was rude to them, it's just total nonsense. We don't have to appeal to everyone's sensibilities. If you're offended by animal rights activists pointing out the hypocrisy of some of the George Floyd protesters, then that's just your own personal problem. Being offended isn't an argument. Nobody should care if you're offended. The fact is, yeah, the George Floyd protesters, a lot of them are complete hypocrites. They're supporting animal cruelty while simultaneously claiming to be against, cruelty towards human beings. If you have a problem with that, then tough shit.
I want everybody here to pass this shit along to all the vegan organizations that don't want to stand up for black people, saying all lives matter, but they won't stand up for black people. Like they don't count in all those lives. Y'all, again, remember I said that.
So again, he made a bunch of statements that don't really make any sense, and he didn't bother to clarify anything. For one thing, I haven't seen any vegan activist organizations, say, black people don't matter, black lives don't matter, we don't support black people. No, the worst I've seen is that some of these organizations have criticized these protesters for being hypocrites. All they're doing is prioritizing animal rights over social justice activism, and there's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean they don't support these protests and black rights. It's just that they're prioritizing animal rights over social justice, and that makes sense considering that animals are the most marginalized group on the planet. And you're not even defining what it means to support black people. Like, what does somebody have to do to support black people and these George Floyd protesters? Do they have to make a certain amount of posts on social media saying, oh yeah, this is horrible, police violence, black people need more rights and protection? Do they need to donate a certain amount of money to black charities? What does somebody have to do exactly to support black people? And again, there's nothing wrong with prioritizing animal rights and having an organization solely dedicated to animal rights. We have other organizations and charities that are dedicated to specific issues, like children. There are plenty of children's charities. Is it reasonable to attack children's charities and say, hey, you're not supporting black rights, why don't you divert some money and resources to supporting black rights? Well, no, they're a children's charity. That's just not their interest and that's not their business. And it's the same with these vegan activists. I haven't seen a single vegan activist not say that they support black people. I haven't seen a single vegan activist or organization say black people don't matter, animals are the only thing that matters. No, it's just that their priorities are with animal rights activism. And that seems to be a problem for you. It seems that you're butthurt that these George Floyd protesters aren't perfect, and yeah, they should be criticized just like anyone else. So that's my 2 cents on the issue. Tell me what you think in the comment section down below, and if Badass Vegan wants to come and discuss this on my channel, I'd be happy to have him on. We can have a long talk about what it means to support the Black community, where our priorities should be with activism, anything relating to this topic. And if you like this video, maybe consider supporting me on Patreon or through my website. I have some funding perks you may find interesting. If you're looking for clothing, then check out the Vegan Gain store. And if you're looking for online coaching, then check out Quality Gains. He offers customized meal and training programs. And if you click the link, you can get a free ebook. And as always, keep making those vegan gains.